Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to iTrack, one of the latest reaction channels on YouTube. If you haven't already, go ahead and spam that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. I want to shout out all the iTrack fam, everybody that is, spamming that like button for me. Everybody that's just keeping the whole channel lit, man. Without you, there is no channel. Let's be clear. I might have a little surprise for you guys in regards to that beautiful wall back there. I'm so busy, man. Like, I don't really be thinking about it like that. Per usual, I have a handful of creepy TikToks for us to go ahead and evaluate whether we think that they're fact or fake or cap. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it.
Listen to intrusive thoughts.
Vean esto. ¡Qué fregonería! Encontramos lo que pensamos ser un animal dormido. ¿Qué? Cayeron todas estas.
First of all, what is that? Does anybody know what that is? Let me know in the comments.
Weed is the new crack.
Once enough of this artificial weed gets injected into the community, you're going to see New Jack City like you've never seen it before. The new crack is going to be the artificial weed sprayed with the cannabinoids. They legalized it so they could contaminate it and put it in your community. Biochemical warfare against African people. A lot of the marijuana that we're getting now is synthetic.
Fucked with.
And it's being sprayed by cannabinoids coming out of China. And these cannabinoids that they're spraying the weed with make the weed smell 100% stronger. Oppressed people are always looking for distractions, not to pay attention to solving their problems. Marijuana is another distraction from revolution.
I would love to see what Bob Marley had to say about that conversation, because it might have been a whole different conversation.
You follow me? If we ain't drinking, if we ain't smoking, right? Now we high on weed all damn day long.
You can manifest absolutely anything that you want in this life. But you've got to deeply, deeply imagine it, and not just imagine it from the outside looking in. You have to imagine you are there. You have to feel the feeling of where you are, smell the smells, listen to the sounds. You have got to trick your mind and body into believing it is real. It will put an imprint on the universe, and it will pull you towards it. That's how manifestation truly works.
I'm a conspiracy theorist, and sometimes conspiracy theories are true, and sometimes they're false. Now, Michael Jackson, it's no secret he had his share of allegations, defamation, scandals.
Before you label or condemn me, don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
And to be honest, I'm a Michael Jackson fan. Like a huge Michael Jackson fan. With that being said, I did some digging, and boy did I dig. Now, here's the facts. During the 90s, Michael Jackson was accused of a lot of things, but nothing ever stuck until 2005.
At 12:05 today, Michael Jackson was taken into custody at the Santa Barbara airport.
He was famously arrested and ultimately went through the most publicized trial ever.
In the last few weeks, a large amount of ugly, malicious information has been released into the media about me.
And after hundreds of interviews, thousands of hours of investigation by the FBI, thousands of pages of documents.
Please keep an open mind and let me have my day in court. I deserve a fair trial like every other American citizen. They turned my room upside down, went through all my books, all my videotapes, all my private things, and they found nothing that can say Michael Jackson did this.
Michael was still found innocent. I mean, they tried everything. They even tried to get his label mate, Aaron Carter, the brother of the Backstreet Boys, Nick Carter, to lie and say Michael did things to him.
After I left the party, I get back to the Sheraton Hotel at Universal. There's 4 FBI agents waiting for me. And my mom's there and she's like, tell them what happened.
I mean, nothing really. I mean, we played video games. The thing is with that whole thing is that, they go, oh, you slept in the same bedroom as him. It's like, I don't think you understand. Michael Jackson's bedroom is 2 stories.
And I'm like, What do you mean, tell them what happened? And I looked at all four of them and I said, are y'all crazy? I said, what you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money?
Mr. Jackson has been repeatedly advised by those who stood to make fortunes in his business affairs to pay money rather than face certain false allegations. He did pay money.
That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind, loving, giving. What the f is this?
I mean, those headlines would have swept the world.
The media wanted to see him go to prison. The media had a lot at stake.
Here's my conspiracy. It all boils down to money. Publicly, Michael went at Sony. Back in 2002, he publicly went at the head of Sony, Tommy Mottola.
Sony Tommy Mottola is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very, very, very devilish. And Tommy Mottola is a devil.
And just 3 years later, charges randomly popped up and Michael was finally arrested. This is crazy. Upon doing this video, I came across researching Tommy Mottola, and the things that I seen is crazy. Like, for instance, I don't know if you heard about him, Mariah Carey, and the J-Lo situation, but we'll save that for another video. Why did Michael go at Tommy? It's no secret Michael did not like touring. He didn't like it at all.
I go through hell. I go through hell touring. I don't like it though. I know, but
so he made sure he can do things that can sustain his wealthy lifestyle instead of touring, which was by publishing.
Michael wasn't broke. He just didn't have the liquid cash. He had the assets. He didn't have the liquid money.
Purchasing his first catalog back in 1985, and he did it with Sony. They were 50-50 partners, even partners.
And what do the headlines say?
Michael definitely had his money right. Let's put it that way. He definitely had his paperwork right.
Own 50% of Sony.
The publishing company that they acquired together was ATV Music Publishing. They acquired the catalogs of the Beatles.
I bought the Beatles. Yeah. While I'm doing the video with the Beatles. That's gangster.
He owned a significant portion of Elvis's catalog. Who's more popular than them two guys?
Little Richard, Chuck Berry, the Supremes. And then years later, he purchased another major publishing company, Famous Music Publishing.
He owned Babyface, Beyonce knows, Eminem, and it goes on and on and on.
He owned Shakira, AC/DC, Sly and the Family Stone, the Jackson 5, Boys to Men. Michael was ahead of his time. I mean, he's seen things in music that a lot of people weren't able to see. Michael was not only one of the greatest musicians to ever live, these early moves made Michael one of the most smartest musicians to ever live.
And if all this was sold today, the estate would probably get between 40 and 50 billion dollars. I own half of Sony's publishing and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me because of it.
He understood early in his career that the record business, they don't really care about you.
The record companies really, really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can.
And looking back on it, Michael got louder with his fight against the record companies. Listen to a song, They Don't Really Care About Us.
Beat me, hate me, you can never break me. Will me, thrill me, you can never kill me. Chew me, sue me, everybody do me.
Michael outsmarted Sony.
They never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them.
I know this may sound crazy with conspiracy theories, but my guess is that Sony didn't want Michael to be their even partner. I mean, think about it. This is Sony, and a 50-50 partnership with Michael Jackson, it just didn't sit right with them.
All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
I mean, just think about it. Sony Music Publishing, the first quarter of this year alone, they brought in $2.18 billion. So with all that, I have to say, am I overthinking about my conspiracy that Michael didn't die accidentally?
You can never break me, will me, thrill me, you can never kill me.
It was deeper than what the media showed. A lot of his allegations were lies because of his business handlings. Or am I just overthinking? If you want to hear more on this conspiracy, hit that follow sign. I'll make sure to follow up.
I've always said, good art never dies.
When we asked you what some of the spookiest things at the museum are, many of you said this, the giant mosquito model. This model of an Anopheles mosquito in the Hall of North American Forest is 75 times life size. It was made in 1917 as part of an effort to educate the public about mosquito-borne illnesses. Mosquitoes transmit malaria, filarial worms, and viruses, and kill around 750,000 people each year. By comparison, hippos cause about 500 deaths a year. While sharks cause about 10. They're considered to be one of, if not the most deadly animals on Earth. But this model is of a male mosquito. Males feed on pollen, they don't suck blood or transmit disease. The spookier model is the one visitors don't see. The female mosquito model, which is tucked away behind the scenes on the museum's 5th floor. Only female mosquitoes have mouth parts through which they suck blood, so only they can transmit diseases.
So this is it's definitely,
You see before, look, Mariah Carey made $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Yeah, we hear those stories.
And it always happens around the time of their career where it seems as though they're crossing over the next plateau.
Yeah.
But Kat and Dave aren't the
It's kind of like he was saying something, but not really saying anything.
only industry insiders who spoke out about ritual sacrifices that are allegedly happening in Hollywood. Kanye West also talked about this last year during a run-in with the paparazzi, and he claimed that a lot of celebs, including himself, lost their loved ones to Hollywood sacrifices.
My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
And then after Takeoff was killed in November 2022, former music executive and video director Robbie Starbuck went viral after sharing a video about music industry sacrifices. Starbuck worked with multiple high-profile rappers before he left the industry, including Gucci Mane, Snoop Dogg, and Lil Yachty. And in his viral video, he talked about why so many young black rappers are dying young while music executives live to an old age.
The truth is this, a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. The record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is obsessed with death, drugs, and sex. Period.
Starbuck explained that record executives push black artists to promote harmful things to do in their own community in order to, as Kanye put it, traumatize and monetize the black community.
So this is why you don't leave your shoes outside, I guess, in Florida, because...
Tell me those didn't look like gummy worms.
These little bugs, holy cow, look at this. Look how many of these things I got. These little millipedes will come into your shoes, and especially right after it rains. It just rained tonight. But yeah, look how many of these things are in there. Holy cow, look at this. Let's dump them all out. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, let's get the rest out of there. Okay. Look at all these little things. Isn't that crazy? Those are all just my shoes. This is after one night in Florida. Jesus.
Why that look just like a tea bag?
看清了，好多小蜘蛛，看看蜘蛛妈妈。
Cockroaches are known to crawl up people's ears while they're sleeping, and they do this because they're searching for food. You see, cockroaches are attracted to fermented foods like cheese and beer, and your earwax smells just as good to them. Now, despite urban legends, bugs can't crawl all the way into your brain, but they can get stuck in your ear and sometimes require a trip to the ER.
Is that a gang sign? Have you, Oh, like you don't know what it is.
You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy.
Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
I like it.
It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? Like, for years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, and they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things. And, you know, look at him trying to come it out. It's hilarious. And, you know, and I'm sick of, hold on a second. You know what they're trying to do? Who? This thing is buzzing, hold on. They're trying to turn us into, you know, consumer drones of some sort. Hold on, I just got to get this.
And, yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm in the middle of blowing the lid off some,
What happened?
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was temporarily interrupted by my iPhone 6 Plus. That's 5.5.
That's a big one, huh?
5.5 heads-up HD display.
Aliens have been trying to leave us technology for free energy devices for a very long time. Now, if you guys question the authenticity of crop circles, I highly suggest doing some research. And if you're too lazy to do the research, I've done it for you, and so is this man. This is Professor William Levengood, and he's been studying crop circles for a very, very long time. Now, what we noticed on the real crop circles is the seeds of the stalks would all explode out of the nodes, and the crops would coil up like this. And the magnetic energy at these sites is off the charts. Now, with that being said, some are fakes, not all possess these qualities. But when you look into these real ones, it's easy to see that they're trying to give us free energy devices. This crop circle is placed in front of a windmill and it displays magnetic wheel energy, something far more sustainable than windmills. And it's also free energy. Here's another magnetic motor that was created off of a crop circle blueprint. And an Italian inventor named Umberto Berdau created this free energy device off this alien-created crop circle blueprint. There is absolutely no doubt that the UFOs are creating these crop circles to help us unlock the secrets of the universe.
Now, it's hard to call this facts. I don't really know. I gotta do some more homework.
This one represents our 7 chakras, our 7 energy centers within the body. Unlocking these energy centers will help any individual tap into the secrets of the universe. You'll see many crop circles represent magnetic fields, and all these crop circles are created using extreme mathematical precision and divine sacred geometry. There is no doubt that the UFOs are trying to help humanity reach our full potential. Peace and love.
Stumbled across a creepy hole that was covered up in the middle of the desert in an unknown location, so he decided to uncover it and have a look what's down the dark hole.
Subhanallah.
The weeping and gnashing of teeth.
After enhancing the brightness, we can see what potentially looks like many pairs of glowing eyes lurking at the bottom of the dark hole.
Reasons why the ocean is creepy. Part 1. The ocean is full of black holes.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yep, she's just going. Keep walking.
She's still going.
She's going.
She's still going.
Got luck.
She might make it to the other gate on the other side.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Is that Karen?
Yeah, she's the alien.
Yo.
She gives no fucks, oh my god! These are videos humans were never meant to see, part 19. Okay, so we all know how the moon gets hit by asteroids. But have you ever actually seen the moon get hit by one? If not, you're about to witness it. This video is both extremely fascinating and terrifying. Just look at the explosion this little asteroid causes. Just imagine if this asteroid was bigger.
Do we know why black holes would collide with each other? Are they attracted to each other?
Binary star systems are not uncommon. They're fairly common, where two stars will be orbiting around each other. If those two stars exhaust their nuclear fuel, they can each collapse to a black hole. So that's one possibility. Or it could be a black hole's wandering through and captures another black hole. It's a possibility too. I mean, I think, go ahead and ask your question, but there's one point I want to make as well, which is...
Wasn't that good? Please go.
Yeah, well, it was just that many people have in mind that black holes sort of reach out and grab everything in.
Yeah.
But a black hole of mass m, a black hole whose mass is the same as the sun, has the same gravitational pull as the sun. It's not, it doesn't pull any harder than the sun. It's just that you can get closer to it because it's so small, and therefore you can experience the gravity more strongly. But, you know, a brick of mass m and a black hole of mass m, they exert the same gravitational pull.
Arcon, and I am a time traveler.
Adam Arcon claims to be an actual time traveler from the year 2045. Adam was first featured on a video published several months ago in which he told us why he is in the year 2019. We sat down with him in person for the first time and hooked him up to a lie detector to see if he was telling the truth. Here are the results. Watch this and decide for yourself.
Hello, I am Adam Arcon, and I am a time traveler from the year 2045. I have agreed to do a lie detector test with Apex TV today to prove to you that I am telling the truth. I need to prove to you that this is true so that you can take the information that I am giving you and make the world a better place.
Cap, off the rip is cap.
Yes, I am a time traveler from the year 2045. Yes, I do have an implanted chip in my hand known as the One. You see, when a chip is put into your hand, like it was in my case, or any part of the body, which in other cases can be, since it is a foreign object, my body was slightly rejecting it, so my hand was getting swollen. Luckily, as you can see now, the swelling has completely gone down, and everything is basically normal. Yes, it is true that aliens did land on Earth in August 2028. In fact, we have known of the existence of aliens before 2028, but it isn't until 2028 that it becomes public knowledge. Yes, it is true that time travel was released to the public in 2028, but it was invented in 1981. It was just kept secret until they released it publicly. Yes, Yolanda Renee King does become, and she is in fact noted as the greatest president of the United States. Yes, I can confirm that aliens do not come from space, but I cannot elaborate on where they come from because of the possibility of a paradox. Yes, in 2030, all of the world's countries converge into one supernation. Within the nation, 7 districts are formed. Yes, there in fact is an AI that governs the entire world, and 10 people that monitor its decisions. The 10 people mainly monitor the AI's programming and check its morality to see if its decisions are best suited for the people. Yes, there is a single currency, and to form transactions with it, all you have to use is a chip that is implanted into your hand. Yes, there is no cash. Yes, there is an AI that is released to all of the world known as the Light. It is put into every single device, and you can ask it anything you want, and it'll give it an answer to the best of its ability. Yes, through the Avatar program, you were able to get your own avatar, connect to it from anywhere in the world, and then you can take the avatar anywhere in the world with superhuman abilities. Yes, you wear a suit to simulate yourself being the avatar, and the avatar will mimic your action. No, you can't get hurt. The avatars are nearly indestructible, but with the slight chance that they are damaged, it will not be transmitted to your body. Yes, overpopulation has become a big issue for the fact of that most people live in large cities. Many current cities will be destroyed due to rising sea levels. For one example I will give is Los Angeles. Yes, the location of it as of now is underwater in the future, but the city is practically completely relocated and there is now a new Los Angeles. In fashion, the color spectrum has greatly disappeared. You mainly just see black and white on clothes in the future. Yes, that is why I'm wearing this white shirt with my favorite black and white tie.
You've mentioned that Switzerland is a main hub. What can you...
That whole idea is wild for a man to, come back from the future, get on the lie detector test. So that's an interesting idea. Whether it's real or not.
You share about Switzerland and what's truly going on there? What's the significance of Switzerland?
Switzerland is the capital of evil. That's where evil resides. All the psychopaths are there. All the crazy elite are there. And Davos happens to be the capital of the capital. That's it. And it's obvious. They decide over there who's going to live and who's going to die. They decide what's going to happen to the economy. They decide about all of the nonsense you see on the news. Pay attention. In all the wars, Switzerland has never been attacked. Nobody ever conquered it. They're in the middle of all of the wars. Look at World War II. Everybody had something to do with the war. Sweden, Norway, everywhere. Not Switzerland. How come?
Why do you believe they chose Switzerland?
Did you know that the Bible tells us where Satan dwells? What? Yes, did you know that the Bible actually tells us where Satan lives? In both Revelation chapter 2, verse 13, and Revelation 9, verse 11.
I know thy works and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is. And thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you where Satan dwelleth. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication.
So where was St. Antipas martyred? Well, St. Antipas was martyred during the reign of Nero by burning in a brazen bull-shaped altar at the Apollyon Temple, which happens to be located in Geneva, Switzerland. What? So what else is located in Geneva? Well, CERN, which has a 666 logo, is located directly on top of the exact location where Antipas was martyred. So what is CERN discovering? Well, let's check out their website. And on the CERN website, it reads, at the Large Hadron Collider, says that the Titanic machine may possibly create or discover previously unimagined scientific phenomenon or unknown unknowns, for instance, an extra dimension. And out of this door might come something, or we might send something through it, says Sergio Bertolucci, who is the Director of Research and Scientific Computing at CERN, briefing reporters, including the Reg at CERN headquarters earlier this week. We're looking here at an imminent visit from a race of carnivorous dinosaur men, the superhuman clone hive legions of some evil genetic queen empress, infinite polypantheons of dark nega-deities imprisoned for aeons and hungering to feast upon human souls, a parallel history, victorious Nazi global Reich, or something of that type. But what else is located at Geneva? Is it possible that Satan would actually want to bring the world's most powerful organizations to where he lives? Why does the United Nations have an office in Geneva? Why is the World Health Organization located in Geneva? Why is Gavi, the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunizations, headquartered in Geneva? Why is the World Economic Forum and their 666 logo located in Geneva? Why is there a statue of the goddess of destruction Shiva located directly in front of CERN?
Many are reporting about a recent scientific breakthrough that may possibly open gateways into dark dimensions. So what is the big fuss about CERN? Check this out.
What they're trying to do there is mimic, approach the energies that happened at the beginning of the Big Bang. When all the energy that was released, some of it stayed energy, a lot of it turned into matter. And so if you want to understand the nature of that matter, you need to pull it apart and have a good look at it. If we want to understand our place in the universe, we need to get as deep down as we can get, as deep down as we can get. And in order to do that, you need these energies, and that's what they're doing.
What it is basically a giant ring, and it goes several miles in circumference. When it goes around, what it is doing is firing particles at nearly the speed of light in opposite directions so they collide. But outside is a very peculiar entity. It's Shiva. Shiva is this entity that they have outside their facility, and you just wonder, why would they have this? This has to do with the goddess of destruction.
They had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon.
Yeah, there's a lot that doesn't make sense in this clip at all.
There's a significant section of CERN that is built upon the Saint genus Poeli, and a temple were dedicated there in ancient times to Apollyon, the angel of the bottomless pit.
Well, that's another episode in the books, guys. I appreciate you guys for stopping by, watching another one with me. If you haven't already, go ahead and spam the like button, smash the subscribe button, join the iTrack fam, and I will catch you on the next one.